Hey, y'all, it's Bree Specific from What's the Word. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday, 1 to 3 p.m. here on YouTube and all other platforms as well. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, all of that. Thanks for watching.
Hey, what's up? What's the word?
Very calculated. And for us, the terminology is jumping off the porch. You jumped off the porch real early.
Mm-hmm.
If you outside, we already know what outside mean. Like in Chicago, that mean we running around,
Right.
drinking, smoking. We got the girls, stuff like that. But for you not to have a kid at a young age, I mean, you was real calculated how you was moving.
I definitely was.
So I have to ask you this: like, you have two. I don't say baby moms. You have two, like, mothers of your children, right? What was about them that you was like, yo, I'm cool with these young ladies having my kids, having my seed?
That's a great question.
That's
Nobody never asked me that. That's a great question.
I didn't know where you was going.
And that's crazy you saying that because I was real calculated and like I always kind of quote unquote been like a ladies man a little bit. Like even before I like was like popular and had money, like I always had like the nicest girls in the neighborhood, but it was never really about that. Like, and I'm gonna be completely honest, like I was so like focused on the streets, I didn't give a fuck about females. Like I ain't really like, you know what I'm saying? All they really could offer me was sex. Like I didn't really see nothing in them where I felt like I bet she got something that I like other than just looks, you know what I'm saying? And personality. I never really like got to know a lot of women, and honestly, like, you know what I'm saying? My first baby mama, Ari, she was like my first girlfriend for real. Like I ain't never really like had a real girlfriend. Like my first dates and stuff I was going on, like that was with her. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was so in the streets, I was afraid to put a location on myself. Like I ain't wanna be like, oh yeah, Herb right here. He at the studio, or he at this restaurant. He right here at the show with so and so, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I always like you said, I was calculated, you feel what I'm saying? Like I knew that A and B equal C, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I wasn't like trying to be with women on that type of level, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, when I met her, like we became like close friends like quick, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like she kind of like, you know, brought it out of me where it's like, all right, I'll experiment with dating and, you know what I'm saying, hanging out more around, you know what I'm saying, this girl, and then we grew like so close so quick, and next thing you know, it's like we living together, you feel what I'm saying? And honestly, I was in a place where it's like, all right, I know financially I could be able to take care of myself, my family, I could be able to provide for a child, you know, like I ain't want to do that if I didn't have like all my together. So that was the main reason why I never had no kids, because although I had money, I knew I was moving fast. So it got to a point where it's like literally around the time when I had, you know, my first child, I decided like even with me being, I was in my 20s. I had your son when I was 23, but when I was like 20 years old, like, cause I had already been with her for like 3 years before we had a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was like 20 years old, I'm like, I'm not in the streets no more. Like I don't want to do nothing that got nothing to do with the streets. I don't want to be outside of my block. I'm not gonna let nobody have access to me. Like I had lost one of my best friends, See Money. You know what I'm saying? And it put me in a real dark place where it's like, I'm like, man, I feel like if I keep being outside in the streets and letting people have access to me and just acting like I'm normal when I know I'm not normal, I'm gonna die or go to jail. I swear to God, I had that like. It was just like a light bulb went off in my head where it's like, bro, you got to change everything about you and everything you're doing, or you going to die or go to jail. And honestly, Ari helped me do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like somebody that I wanted to be around where I didn't want to be in the streets. I didn't want to be around my homies, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I kind of like had fallen outs with a lot of people that I grew up with because they felt like I was abandoning them. You know what I'm saying?
You
it's
gotta
like,
grow up.
yeah, I grew up, and like I'm a leader for real. Like, so it's like when people, if you tell me don't do this, like you trying to make me do something, I'm gonna do the complete opposite to show you like I'm my own man. Like if somebody tell me, boy, you gotta do this, I'm literally gonna do the complete opposite to show you like, no, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? And that was a decision that I made, and you know, we had a kid, and I felt like blessed. It was like my biggest blessing having my child. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't never understand unconditional love until I had my first child. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? Shouts out to Ari for that, and Taina. you know, I saw something in her that was like I had never seen as well. You know what I'm saying? Like just who she is as a woman. You feel what I'm saying? And of course, I had a kid already, and it's like I was like super advanced. I was a grown man. It's like she was a woman, of course, but she was just like so sweet and innocent. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I fell in love with her, I felt like those butterflies are like, all right, bet I want to make this my woman. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when I did it, I looked up and we was living together. And like I said, like I'm kind of like I'm a rebel. So when like everybody like when me and her started dating and we started to like care about each other, I felt like everybody was trying to pull us away from each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was trying to pull her away from me or pull me away from her. And I think that's what made us like grow closer because it was so much in between where it's like we just really just, you know what I'm saying, trying to hang out and date and enjoy each other. And I looked up and we was living together, you know, and literally I swear them was the only two women that I ever been in relationships with that I had kids by. You feel me? Like I ain't never took no women on dates. I ain't never had no women living with me. I wasn't introducing women to my mom or none of that type of stuff for real. Like, you know, like before I met Ari, I think maybe one or two girls might have like actually came to my house and met my mama. You feel what I'm saying? But I didn't even introduce them as my girlfriend. My mama just like might have seen them coming over my crib, like, all right, hey, that's the girl he talked to a little bit. You feel me? But that was when I was probably 18, 17 years old. So I'm saying, like, I didn't go on dates when I was a kid. I was really outside thugging. So like I wasn't going to the movies. I didn't have that type of childhood. Like I was really like a grown man for real. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out of school when I was 16 years old. You feel me? 15, 16. So and I wasn't going to Dave and Buster's with girls. I wasn't going to Top Golf or none of that type of shit.
Like Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, like I wasn't doing that type of shit when I was a kid. Like I didn't have that type of childhood. I was really hanging with grown men. You feel me? And it's like they telling me like, bro, you going out to hang with a girl, man, you gonna get your ass killed. Like it's nothing you could do if you outside at a dinner table and three niggas run up on you. You feel what I'm saying? You can't get three niggas up off you. Like I always learned early, like you gotta move as a unit. Like I never went nowhere by myself. I always kept 3-4 people with me, my homies. I gotta be having eyes behind my head, and they need that the same way. So we always made a pact early on. We started losing our homies when people started getting killed. Like we not going nowhere by ourselves. We not going. You know what I'm saying? Like we always shared locations with each other, all that type of shit, just to make sure that we ensured our safety and getting back home to our families. So when I started to, you know what I'm saying, date, it was literally with the mother of both of my the mothers of, you know what I'm saying, all my children. And like I said, like going back to Taina, like I was like my career and everything was like picking up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like I was getting a lot of like fame and notoriety and stuff like that. And of course, like it was a rough transition from me leaving my first relationship, getting into another one, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm trying to, you know, be with her, and at the same time I'm trying to like keep a stable, like peaceful environment where like, you know what I'm saying, that transition of leaving, like, you know what I'm saying, my
You still got a co-parent.
my previous relationship, you know, trying to co-parent and just be you know, a good father to my child, and just, you know what I'm saying, still I didn't like I'm the type of person like I don't really like drama and in my life for real, you know what I'm saying? So like when it's a lot of chaos, I don't hold grudges or nothing like that. I think of the best thing to like just make the situation better. Like that's why I am. I'm always trying to come up with a solution to the problem. So I feel like that was enough of me trying to just, you know what I'm saying, make sure that, because it was like, I ain't gonna lie, it was like a rough breakup between me and, you know what I'm saying, Ari, the whole internet scene, what was going on.
How
you
do
feel
you
me?
navigate through that with the internet?
Yeah.
Because
That
was a lot.
It was a lot.
Like, that was a lot for us.
Yeah, it was a lot for me and like for Taina at the time, and Ari. Like I understood what she was going through, especially like me being, you know, an adult now. Like looking back, I literally like apologized to, you know what I'm saying, because I didn't know nothing about postpartum and just women's emotions. Like I said, that was literally my first relationship that I've been in. So I ain't even ever been through a breakup in my life. So like that was my first breakup. It's in front of the entire world. We got a kid, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I was really trying to like make her be in a comfortable, good headspace, but she was going through what she was going through, and I don't blame her. I don't even feel like she was wrong for feeling like that as a woman, because women got emotions and they deal with their emotions a certain way. So I didn't even fault her for none of the stuff that she was really doing, you know, and I'm still trying to make my girl at the time comfortable as well. So I used to have to explain to her, like, I'm not, like, that's not my enemy, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mother of my child. Like, no matter what she doing, she going off, da-da-da, we might disagree or we might be arguing or whatever, but it's just words. At the end of the day, that's still my family. I got to still make sure, you know what I'm saying, she good. I got to make sure my son good. I got to make sure everybody good. You know, like, she not going nowhere no time soon. We got a kid together. So I'm trying to figure this shit out. And it's in front of the entire world, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like I handled myself pretty well when it came to that, because I wouldn't respond to the internet. Like, I wouldn't respond to what nobody saying, or I didn't care about that type of. I didn't care what people thought about me or nothing, you know? Like, I was just trying to make sure that, you know, I kept a good relationship with, like, her family and her mother. I didn't want to, like, make it be no bad blood, because I want to be a father before anything. So it's like, I always want to be able to go get my kid when I need to, call and do that type of shit, you know? And I think with Taina being young and that kind of being her first situation like that, she didn't understand that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I wasn't trying to choose between the two. It's like, I'm with you feel what I'm saying? But that's my family, that's the mother of my child. And you know what I'm saying? Even whatever she got going on, it's like, I'm just going to try to come up with the best solution to just make everybody happy for the moment, even if I can. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it was new to me. So I was just trying to just navigate and figure that shit out. But one thing that I think helped me is I never cared about the internet perspective. I never cared about what people said about me, what they thought about me, because I know in real life I am who I am, and I'm comfortable in my skin, and the people who the closest to me really love me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, and I think, like, even on, like, you know, my first baby mama side, on Ari's side, like, they never not looked at me as family, because the way I carry myself and the way that I always still looked at them as family and treated them no matter what me and her had going on. You know what I'm saying? That was just our own personal business. I never showed the world that I didn't care about her. You know what I'm saying? Even if we arguing or going back and forth, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I never do that, because my son got to grow up and see this shit one day. You see? So I feel like the way I dealt with it and how I handled it was, like, real mature of me, you know, and still with me, you know, being with Taina and falling in love with her and creating a whole nother family, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that was always my thing. I want to be able to have all my kids together, you feel me? And I'm able to do that to this day. So I feel like I handled the situation real well, you know, and fast forward years later, it's a space where, you know, they could be in the same room and everybody could, you know, feel like family. So I'm grateful for that.
Hey, what's up? What's the word?